Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The upcoming episode of WWE Raw will serve as the go-home edition for Backlash 2025. As of now, Seth Rollins, Gunther, Dominic Mysterio, Rusev, and more are officially advertised to make their appearance. Last week, the show concluded with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman establishing their dominance by destroying Sami Zayn. This happened after Zayn refused to join forces with the Visionaries' heel alliance. In this article, we will discuss 5 things that could happen on WWE Raw this week. Sheamus is currently absent from television and has not been part of any storylines. Meanwhile, the Celtic Warrior has a heated history with both Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, which increases the chances of his return. It's possible that on Raw this week, Sheamus could return and confront Breaker and Rollins. The Visionary heel faction seems unstoppable as they have already destroyed Sami Zayn. Thus, the Irish star could make his return on the red brand with an attempt to stop the newly formed villainous group. Chi Mcdonagh and Penta are set to clash in the upcoming Raw. Mcdonagh made his return to the red brand and cost Penta the Intercontinental title match, which led to the showdown. However, to ensure a fair match, Adam Pearce might decide to ban the Judgment Day members from the ringside. The Raw general manager could announce that Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, and Carlito, all 3 male members of the faction, will be banned during GD's match. This will allow him to get a clean win and eventually give Penta a complete chance at redemption. Rhea Ripley clashed with Roxanne Perez on last week's Raw, where she defeated Perez by disqualification. In the post-match segment, Io Sky arrived and rescued Memi. Even before this, the Eradicator had previously rescued Sky from a similar assault. Regardless of this, as Rhea Ripley indeed wanted the Women's World title, which is currently on the shoulders of the damaged CTRL member, there is a chance that Ripley may turn on Stekoi soon. This will serve as a seed for another title showdown in the near future. Former NGP2 star Jeff Cobb was recently reported to be joining WWE. This report emerged after he vacated the IWGP Tag Team title. Amid the rumors, he recently hinted at his retirement through a social media post. However, if Triple H has any plans for the 42-year-old star to make his WWE debut, one potential scenario could involve him rescuing the Alpha Academy members. On WWE Raw before Backlash, Rusev is set to clash against Otis, but the former AEW star will likely continue his domination. So Jeff Cobb could make his debut as a babyface star and save the Alpha Academy. This will set up an interesting feud between Rusev and Jeff on the show. Pat McAfee is set to face off against Gunther at Backlash 2025. This match was announced by Nick Aldis, who declared that McAfee will have the opportunity to take revenge for the actions of the ring general. However, in a surprising twist, Pat may back out of his Backlash match in the upcoming episode of RAW. The only reason WWE might decide to implement this twist is if they want to replace McAfee with a major name as a last-minute replacement. Also, it will generate major buzz for the WWE Backlash PLD, as fans would anticipate who will clash with Gunther if the commentator withdraws. WWE Raw is set to erupt just days before Backlash, and things could get wild as the company looks to finalize plans for the PLD. Tensions have been boiling backstage, storylines are colliding, and officials may be forced to take action as chaos spreads across both brands. Raw, in particular, could serve as the stage for several massive developments, ranging from surprise returns to controversial suspensions that could reshape Backlash itself. With Adam Pearce reportedly fed up with recent behavior and escalating rivalries, word is circling that 3 major WWE superstars may be sent packing, at least temporarily. And if that wasn't enough, one marquee match for Backlash might be cancelled altogether, sending the roster into disarray. Meanwhile, an Irish Warrior's music may hit once more, igniting speculation and perhaps setting the tone for another explosive chapter in his career. From looming discipline to redemptive comebacks, here's a deep dive into what could unfold on the final Raw before Backlash. After weeks of internal deliberation, Adam Pearce is said to be strongly considering ejecting 3 current WWE superstars from active competition, citing backstage disruptions, match interferences, and disrespect of management. According to sources close to WWE officials, Pearce has lost patience with how certain individuals have disregarded authority, attacked referees, and even stormed production areas during segments. The names being floated in backstage whispers are Dominic Mysterio, Drew McIntyre, and Chelsea Green, all of whom have been involved in polarizing angles over the past few weeks. McIntyre especially has taken his frustrations with CM Punk and World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest to dangerous levels. Following last week's Raw, where McIntyre stormed the ring post-match and attacked production crew off-camera, Pearce reportedly held a closed-door meeting with executives and security staff. A temporary suspension is on the table. Meanwhile, Dominic's continuous run-ins with officials while defending the Judgment Day, even during matches he's not officially part of, have drawn scrutiny, while Chelsea Green's behavior since her tag title loss has been erratic, including storming commentary booths and throwing water at Byron Saxton. Pearce is expected to make an announcement on Raw, and it may result in a shocking triple removal just before Backlash. But that's only part of the storm. One of the top matches scheduled for Backlash could be pulled entirely. Multiple backstage reports suggest the highly anticipated Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable may be cancelled. The tension between the two has grown increasingly volatile, but the issue now lies in whether the rivalry has crossed a line that violates WWE's evolving safety policy. Last week's brutal post-match beatdown by Gable, after tricking Zayn into thinking he buried the hatchet, was reportedly not approved in its entirety by producers. Zayn suffered visible bruising and was evaluated by medics following the show. The attack, described as unnecessarily excessive, drew heat on Gable backstage and triggered concerns about real-life injuries. Pearce may be forced to announce that the match is being postponed for Zayn's health, or scrapped altogether if Gable is punished. It would be a massive blow to the card, but WWE seems to be walking a fine line between kayfabe heat and genuine wellness obligations. Amidst all the chaos, the Red brand could witness a thunderous comeback that sets social media ablaze. Rumors are swirling that Sheamus is officially cleared and could return on Raw after nearly a year of absence. The Celtic Warrior has been teasing fans for months with cryptic messages, intense workout footage, and nostalgic nods to his previous rivalries. With Gunther no longer holding the Intercontinental Championship and the landscape wide open, Sheamus could return with a vengeance to finally chase the one title that has always eluded him. It's also possible that he targets a rising star to make a statement. Braun Breaker, for instance, has been dominating lately and could be in Sheamus' crosshairs. Sources indicate that WWE Creative has penciled in a surprise return segment involving a former world champion, and all signs point to Sheamus. If he does return on Raw, expect the crowd to erupt and the path to Backlash to become even more unpredictable. Elsewhere on Raw, a tag team shakeup may be brewing. R-Truth and The Miz, recently crowned World Tag Team Champions, are reportedly set to defend their titles in an open challenge. But there's talk that their challengers could be a newly formed heel duo from NXT or a reunited veteran team from SmackDown. One team being floated is Pretty Deadly, who have reportedly impressed management with their recent performances. Bringing them to Raw as surprise challengers would not only elevate the tag scene, but also give the champions a serious credibility test. The possibility of the Street Profits answering the call also exists, especially if WWE wants to blend brand lines ahead of a potential draft. Either way, Raw could deliver a last-minute title match that boosts Backlash or sets up a rematch for the PLD itself. The tag division has quietly been gaining momentum, and this Raw could be the tipping point. Another storyline to watch involves Becky Lynch. The man is scheduled for an in-ring promo segment, but is rumored to be interrupted by an old foe, Trish Stratus. After months off-screen, Stratus may be returning to Raw to confront Becky and potentially lay the foundation for one more match, possibly at the next major event after Backlash. With Becky currently without a solid feud following Rhea Ripley's injury, WWE may be looking to inject star power and history into her next angle. Sources suggest that creative has been working closely with both women to craft a segment that blurs the line between respect and rivalry. A microphone battle between Stratus and Lynch could steal the show and plant the seeds for a summer blockbuster. Raw before Backlash is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal episodes in recent months. With Adam Pearce likely to make a disciplinary splash, a key match potentially being scrapped, a beloved star potentially returning, and major shifts across divisions, this episode has everything to spark headlines and fuel speculation. Whether fans are cheering Sheamus' long-awaited return or gasping at Pearce's latest mandate, the Red brand is poised to deliver one of its most newsworthy nights of the year. As always, WWE is walking the line between shock value and storytelling, and Raw may tip that balance dramatically. One thing is certain, when the dust settles, Backlash may look very different than anyone expected. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.